Hi there folks, welcome to Dunsy's Guitar World 2. In this case, Dunsy's Bass World 1. So somebody asked me on a UFO video that I did, where I played the bass line and the guitar, if I could do a guitar lesson for Any Day, specifically for the intro bass part of Any Day by UFO from the album No Place to Run. So now I will state that I'm not a bass player in any way, shape or form. This is the only bass I own, and the strings are about 1,000 years old, so my apologies for that. So I've had a listen to it, and here's how I think it goes. Like all my lessons, this is just how I think the bass line goes. Do I think Pete played it? I think Pete probably did play it. I'm not sure if it's played with a pick or with the fingers, but I do play with a pick, so I will play this with a pick. So here's how I hear. What I'll do is I'll play the whole thing, and if you think that's accurate, then stick around for the lesson. If you think it's utter garbage, then I appreciate you getting this far. So here goes. Now, some of my timing wasn't very good on that, but I think that's the right notes. So I'll show you what I'm playing. So it starts on the open A string, 1, 2, 3, so it slides up then to the 3rd fret. Then it goes over to the 3rd fret of the G string and toggles between the 3rd fret of the A and the 3rd of the G, and then down to the 2nd of the G, but still on the 3rd of the A, if that makes sense. I'm not entirely sure of the fingering that will be used here, but here's how I'm playing it. And it seems to stop on that A note before it goes into the next bit. Now, I think it then moves up to play the D to E, 5th fret of the A, 7th fret of the A, and then over to this G chord. So he's playing chords, I think, in this bit. So it's 5, 7 of the A to 5 of the D. And then we're bringing down, I'm playing it with my pinky, the 7th fret of the G string to play like a G chord. My microphone's hanging over my bass here, sorry about that. I hope that sounded okay, I haven't checked. So yes, so the second part goes. So again, we're toggling between this root note here, 5th fret of the D string, and the 7th fret of the G string. And then we drop the 5th fret of the D string down to the 4th fret, but we're still playing the 7th fret of the G. Then move down to an E, which is the 2nd fret of the D string, and the 4th fret, the G string. Again, toggling between them. Then open A and the 2nd fret, open D and the 2nd fret of the G string. I'm getting confused because I'm a guitar player. And it goes back to the... So what I'll do is I will play that first part, because the second time around there's something very, very slightly different. So here goes. I'll play it as slowly as I can. It's one of these ones that's easier to play fast than it is to play slow and explain it. Now it starts the second part of it the same way, from the D to the E to the G, and then that G chord. But it does this hammer on from the 7th fret to the 9th fret and pull off, before it goes to the 4th fret of the D and the 7th fret of the G. So it does that the second time round. Now I think the rest of the song is reasonably easy to play. It's just all sort of power chords. Great tune from a great album by a great band, by a great bass player as well. So I hope that was helpful. I can't remember who asked me to have a look at this, but it's always a pleasure looking at UFO songs, unless you're asking me to play lead guitar, in which case I would be struggling to play lead guitar, whether it be Michael or Paul or Vinny or Atomic Tommy. So as ever folks, it's a privilege and a pleasure bringing you a bass guitar lesson on Dunsy's Guitar World 2. Cheers for now.